Hello, viewers. It's Stens. We're back with more Noita. And if you recall correctly, we had just gotten up to the very top of the... I think it was the Vault, Temple of the Art. Some places we are that's like that. And we are going to be, in this episode, really trying to buckle down and look for some orbs of true knowledge. So I'm going to make a little bit of a little admission of guilt at this point. I looked a thing up, and I normally never like to do that, right? Because I want to say I figured everything out on my own, and, you know, that point of pride, which on a game like this is just obscene. Like, nobody does that, so that's why I don't know a lot of things. But I was like, okay, I know from memory, because I did it before, there's a way to combine two different kinds of potions, spray them on the ground, and it will indicate where the nearest orb is. And I'm like, okay, well, what is that? I knew it was Flamuxium with one, if you recall from the last episode I mentioned it. And the other one turns out to be Teleportium, not unstable, Teleportium the regular kind. So, we're going to try to open up some room. We'll carry one Ambrosia, and one Concentrated Mana, obviously, because we need to make more of that. But what we are going to really go for here is finding both of those bottles somewhere, whether that's in a parallel world or in the world that we're in now, and picking them up so that we can make that substance. Let's kill this thing and loot him. Yep. Make sure we grab that. Eat this. Give me the anti thing. Why can't I have anti-polymorph? I ate many a body around here that I'm tripping. Oh well. Wasn't always meant to be. I'm a little obsessed with the that's chaotic polymorphine right over there. And some of it might be dripping on me, so let's skedaddle. We're sort of just kind of clawing our way out of here because we're going to start kind of at the top and maybe look at getting those lava orb ones, right? And, you know, that's up. So we want up. And we're going to check out some of the side, the biomes off to the side, starting at the top, right? Also, the higher levels that we go to, the more likely we might run into things like a chainsaw, which is going to help us a lot in our third wand. But it doesn't hurt for us to just, while we're passing through, to, you know, take a moment to dispatch our enemies. Why am I poisoned? What's going on? Alright, there's an eyeball. Look at Mushroomy over here. Saw a mushroom. It's never a good sign. Actually, it's just still the jungle. That's okay. Got some guys. Blow that up. Couple spider dudes. With their trick blood money. Like contact damage is just killing them, which is like not gonna ever get it done by itself, but we're at that wall at this point to the right. Over 2 million now, so the greed is working out. And that's one of the reasons why I'm like, in a way, I would like to go to a parallel world and see how much greed we can pick up. You know, I'd rather not go to numerous parallel worlds. But it's one of those things that we're going to need to go to the left and to the right at some point. Let's blow this up. You know, it's been a little laggy, but I think it's just sort of par for the course with the kind of wands we're using. Sitting down and really trying to master the divide by spells would probably go a long way for me to improve my game. As you saw, we have one of them. We tried to mess around with it a little bit. Excuse me. I put it on. It didn't see the results. because I was obviously not using it correctly. But you know what I am using correctly? Concentrated mana. So why not take advantage of that in here? Take a moment to chug. And there's worm blood in there too. There's no reason why we couldn't drink all of this. I'd rather convert all this water, unless this is like a weird kind of free chilly water. Yeah, that's something else. Cold water. Boy, are we glad we grabbed that iron stomach perk, yeah? Where would we be today with all of this concentrated mana in the belly? The giant stomach full of it. And worm blood. We're just like, okay, well, we're also worm blood. Go figure. Like, I'll drink all this. I don't care. And then the rats come and they run into my contact damage, but they can't hurt me because I'm immune to melee. So it just sprays blood everywhere. Bizarre. Okay. So, whenever we see enemies, we know we haven't been there yet. So, grab the money. It's going to take quite a bit of... Wow, what is going on with that? It's going to take quite a bit of money before we hit unlimited. Somewhere in the, whatever it was, 2 billion range. We're at 2 million, so that is not going to get it done. But what, 2 million is going to be, the reload cost at this point was 800k, so we're able to pay for a few of those. At some point, the reloads will just reset back to cheap. When I say reload, I mean the perks. What do we got in here? Always cast electric. Interesting. So I was hoping we'd find some orbs off here to the right. But drilling with this wand currently is a little bit brutal. And here is a fungal biome. And these are dangerous, right? But... Oh, it's a bomb. Okay. While these are dangerous, we do want to explore them because it's quite possible that we will find our orb in one of these, or just a potion that could make the change that we need. And, touching this cursed rock won't hurt us too bad for a second. Excuse me. What do you got for me? Decelerate? Oh, excuse me? Not too bad. But we're not looking for that per se right now. We're still looking for reduce lifetime. I don't like to go up in here, because that's how you get bad liquid to land on you, so we want to be a little more careful with that. The horizontal's okay. Acid, whatever. Water to poison. Alright, mushroom biome, we do it. Nice and careful like. Hey, a health. Anything in here? Blood to toxic. Kind of a throwaway wand. Open this. What's in here? A crappy wand. Falling mushrooms. Yeah, we want none of that. Okay, something's up over here. We got a wand. We've got acid. We've got several explosions. Something's hurting me. So I may be toxified a little bit. We're going to grab that other wand too, because I really feel like the wands that we want are in here. There's a lot of wands in the whatever. This is not the fungal cavern. It's some other type of fungal adventure. Chaotic polymorphine. Let's stay away from that. Grab the health. Acid mushrooms. This is sort of a new addition. I don't remember these being in there. Invisible is not the potion that we needed. Remember, we need teleport and flamuxium. That is what we're currently on the lookout for. Because once again, I was like, I'm just going to look it up. Sorry. Because I've used it before and I just couldn't remember. Which I'm like, hey, that's fair, right, Stens? You're not a cheater for doing that. And by the way, I don't mean to be pretentious about it, to be like, oh, well, because I don't look anything up, I'm so great. I'm not. Actually, it just makes the game harder by a lot. I encourage other people to look it up if that's how you like to play. Nothing wrong with it. It's your game. You can even put cheats on if that's what you have fun with. You know, we all work hard in our lives, and, well, some of us more than others, and when it comes time to having a good time, you play how you like to play. And I play this somewhat tedious way. How much damage does acid do to me when I walk into it? It's hurting, but not enough to, like, cook me like we saw in the past. So I am just checking out all the wands. Earthquake. One of these days, one of our spells will be in there. One of these days, our ship will come in. Let's blow this up, though. This is enough that we can make it go boom. Should be plenty of trick blood money from that. Fellas. A couple of fellas are left. 2.1 mil. This looks like invisible juice, because a potion shatter. That looks like chaotic polymorphine to our left. Something we don't want to be involved in. Hey, over here we have a crit. So I always like to pick these up. I mean, it's one of those things where more of these is really not going to hurt us. So, where does it belong is the question. I can put it on the end of this thing. Nothing wrong with that. Necromancy? Now, what was interesting is that this led us to the sand cave. Well, we could head through the sand cave. I don't think we're going to find... Oh, off to the right. I don't believe we're going to find any, like, orb right away in there. But there certainly could be once we go far enough into it. Anything... Here, this always casts homing, but of course, like, we're way past, like, random wands being better than our wands of swiftness. Or so I think. But yeah, in the sand cave, if we move over to the right and we end up, like, kind of underneath the temple, there should be another orb of true knowledge. At least there is in the main world. Maybe that orb doesn't exist over here. We don't know anymore. Could be that this sand cave... Felt like my wand was slowing down for a second. It could be that the sand cave is just a random sand cave, because of course biomes are all jumbled up. Because look at that, we run into it and we have potions. We have a potion that looks like it's probably shattered. That's unstable teleport. We don't use that one. We use regular teleport. And Flamuxian are the two that we're looking for. Ooh, now that could have been bad if there was a bad liquid up there. That could have been bad. Blow up all that. I know it looks like we're leaving a lot of coins behind, but there will always be more coins. Let's not worry about that. Carefully drilling up. Alright, we're near the top here. Acid all this down. Well, it's like kind of like it just didn't really go anywhere. I mean, like we ran around here. We checked out the wands. Nothing really hit us hard. So why don't we go up through the sand cave and see what we can find up here? Looks like it's hitting a hard wall. I mean, because this is all pure exploration. And if I start going through this, like, what are we going to find? Are we going to experience, like, a major slowdown as I'm drilling through this? Yes, but I don't have to stop. So I can just be like, okay, I go. And if I go up this way, we might get near the surface, right? Or near another biome that matters more. Like, I think this is sort of the fungal... This might be where you do the fungal shift thing. Ooh. Oof. Okay. Chug City. Chug City, folks. Oh no. Like, if you give it a chance, it's gonna catch itself. So it looks like it did. And it might have been that, like, hey, man, you cast too many drills at the same time. It could just be about that. Like, hey, dude, cool it on the drills. Because our situation was grim for a second. Let's just do controlled bursts of this thing. Here we are, up at the surface. This is what we want. Surface means temple, or pyramid. And pyramid means we're on the right path. We might have to go through the watchtower first. Nah, here's pyramid. Well, you know what this is, right? Up top of this, we are looking at an orb. There's no reason not to get it. Okay. The familiar orb of true knowledge. That puts us to number 2 of 33. Ugh. A brutal number that we're going to be working with. And let's see if really the orb that we love to grab, that's one that's underneath the pyramid, is present. It'd be cool if it was in its same spot. But I don't think it is. I think nothing is in its same spot. I think as we fall, we're going to find that this whole place is very different than the way we remember it. Now, there's lots of greedy money to be picking up from all of this. And while we're over here, if we fall a whole bunch, and it's like, alright, there's nothing, Stens. You're beating a dead horse here. If that ends up being the case, we'll just head back up. We'll go to a parallel. And why the parallel early, right? Well, it's like, well, I'll tell you why. It's for greed. If we get a couple more greeds, and we spend those reloads now, we're at 2.2 million gold. So we can afford some heavy reload action. Not a lot, but enough reload that we're not going to like be like, oh, no good perk, I'm screwed, kind of thing. If we get more greed, and we go, alright, greed, immunity to toxic, is whatever we're missing. There's often an orb in here. This is like the magical temple? Or the wizard house. House of Wizard. Wizard's lair. I don't know, it didn't say what it was. There are mages in here, so let's not... No funny business. No running around crazy. Now I'm extremely toxic. This is not what we like. You're doing some major damage to me. What's this thing? Why are you immune to damage? What are you shooting at me? Here, take some of that. That seemed to deal with them. I am so toxic, by the way, that... Alright. Flying potion. Okay. Could be that this guy had an orb, or a wand. It has had mana. I want to make sure that the vermin is gone before we mess around with this. Get this, put this here, pick this up. Great. Okay, we got another ad mana. Alright. The power plant traditionally either had an orb in it or it didn't. It had, like the spell. There's a spell that's like a machine gun kind of thing, like a weird physical wand. These guys seem to be immune to projectile damage, so we have to basically give them... Can you guys stop shooting me, please? We have to basically hit them with explosion. And as you saw, the cast time on our explosion is a little bit insane. Like, come on, man. Why are you immune to everything? Fine. You want to be like that? Take this. See, and then that when I set this off, it doesn't really matter. The power plant, it seems to be a lot of robots that are going to be kind of resistant to the wands that I'm carrying. So that's a little annoying. But you can always do this. And this is how we get the big money anyway. Felt like I just heard a potion shatter, which is unfortunate because we want the good potions. The few potions that we are counting on. Look at how all these biomes are mixed up. It's a crazy world. Okay. Looking kind of like a parallel world situation for me. And why? As I said before, the perks. It's all about those perks. And sure, there might be 2 easy orbs of forbidden knowledge we can grab while we're over there. We could try one of the little bits of advice I got in the comment section, which said, hey buddy, you don't need to be hurt by grabbing the orb of forbidden knowledge if you just like kind of kiss it in the corner and you pick it up that way. That sounds mighty awesome to me. But it doesn't matter so much for our current build because I just cast a teleport and I'll be healed back to full. There's really no reason not to go for more perks. I'm gonna... Excuse me. I'm gonna be, I'm gonna go do it. You know, we're over here. One thing we will need to do is sort of carefully dig through the curse and to go underneath the overworld. I really don't like fighting some of those horrible things. How much damage is this really doing to me at this point? Can I, with my current life, be like, yeah, I'm not concerned with this? Yeah, I mean, we might be living in a post-Ambrosia economy here, people, because as we see, normally I don't just go like, cursed rock? Well, I just leave. I'm like, that was great. So yeah, a lot of overthinking going on with some of that. Like, oh, how am I going to get through that? That's too hard. It's not too hard. Right, swim through this. We swim through here, we're less likely to run into the evil on the above. I'm trying to get to that main drag. Now, one thing that could be interesting to do, I bet you the game would crash if I tried to do this, but what if we converted this, the lake, this pseudo-ocean environment, to concentrated mana and then tried to drink it? Drinking the entire lake sounds like it would take... Like, you need, like, to macro it. Like, there'd have to be a script running that had Noita guy sit there while you go to work, you know? And that doesn't sound safe in this game. You'd come back to a game over screen every time you play that way, in my opinion. Alright, we're just gonna keep kissing that drill instead of holding it down. Seems to keep our frame rate a little healthier. Because our drill is quite potent. It's almost too potent. When all of them are lingering from, I guess this is bouncy spells, that we may have erroneously picked up bouncy spells. Like, it's possible that bouncy spells is holding us back. If I recall correctly, there is a way to reset your perks. Maybe it's something I read about a long time ago when I was studying a little bit more of the game. But I've forgotten all about how it works, except I know somewhere there was discourse about, yes, if you do this and dance a jig and pour a thing in here and show up at this place, you can actually get all of your perks thrown down on the ground, and then you can be like, okay, I want this perk or I don't want this perk. You can get rid of like bad perks, which you're going to need to do if you were in a desperate situation and you grab something like perk, like gamble. Give me 2 random perks, and it's like, okay, well now you're a glass cannon and something else. And what if you're like, well, I didn't want to be a glass cannon. I wasn't ready to do that. It's like, well, you are a glass cannon now. And that's like, you don't want them to say that to you with a straight face and then have to walk away with 50 hit points. And you might be like, I really would like to get that perk back. Well, there's a way. And it could mean that, like, we have to look into that at some point. And we go, alright, bouncy spells. Killing extends his frame rate. Leaving all these, like, little drill pieces around. Like, I don't think it normally does this. Makes, like, ectoplasmic goo all over everything that we're doing. I don't have a problem with it aesthetically, you know, but I have a problem with it practically, because I feel as if this wand is affecting our frame rate in a not so positive way. That should be the overworld still above us, so we seem to have successfully hidden from our nemesis that fly around up top. There is a alchemist, big alchemist, as well as a master of wands. And when I say a, I mean numerous of them. See, here they are. They're firing at me right now. This looks like this is it. We made it to the main drag, which is what we wanted. But before we do anything too crazy with that, we should... I don't really like doing this. We're going to go around. We're going to come out at a better spot. I want to find the way up from this parallel world. See, look, that's a polymorph man right over there. What I'm saying is that we want to grab that orb of forbidden knowledge that is up in the above this place, in the starting place for the world. Hopefully we can find that. Yeah, we're like passing through where the tree would be, I'm thinking. We just must continue to the right. Probably a little gratuitous that I did that, but I thought it'd be cute. That looked like a polymorph shot coming toward us, so that's what you get for messing around. Polymorphine potion right there, too. Let's be very careful with where we're drilling. Okay. This is good. We're now at the top, which is what we wanted. So we can work these frogs down, throw this explosion. And as long as there's not something hideous monster looking at us when we walk out of this cave, we should be able to quick slide up here. Just real discreet, like. Really discreet. How do I touch just the edge of it to grab this? It did not work, but that's okay, because I just healed. Let's get out of here before one of those evil monsters catches us. Okay, we got an orb. That's fine. Alright, moving right along. Let's see, in our last half hour of this episode, we can grab some perks out of this place and not die. We would still like immunity to toxic. I think we still want immunity to electricity. I'm not sure if we actually grabbed that. It's kind of hard to remember all the things we grabbed at this point. So let's head on through. Any kind of wand-related helper, like the thing that says add spells to your wand up to 25. When I say spells, I mean slots. I feel like this is the Holy Mountain shop, so we're going to need to peruse this area a little bit. Throw that at those guys. Okay, real cautious. Like, okay, so this was it. There will be perks up there. There will also be a shop. We bought a few perks that meant we get more perks. So, always checking these once. Still 6,000 seconds within this, so I don't know that we need to do much more with that. Anything speaking to us here? No. Over here? We do have some add stuff. More hatred. Projectile repulsion sector is kind of handy, but I also really just want to be adding more slots. So there's 22 in here, 20, 21. There's room for me to add all of this. So I'm picking up this. Extra wand capacity. Beautiful. Room over here is enough for me to dabble with something like increased lifetime. Lowers the... It's way too slow when I use it. But what happens if I do that and add a reload? Okay, so with increased lifetime, then maybe these orbs will run around longer and find their way to where they need to go. That's something we can certainly consider. There's going to be room to add, you know, the energy shield sector to one or two of these wands, but it doesn't hurt for us to, you know, maybe, like, we can't be stopped adding more drills. Like, we're obsessed at this point. So with that obsession, we just kind of want to be like, well, put another add mana in there and see if it works. Oh, it does. There's a lot more drills. It works all right. How awesome is that? We're going to celebrate that that works by chugging a bunch of concentrated mana. We're going to have a little supper here. Put our meter even higher. Because really, I mean, we're here for the perks, and we already scored by getting extra wand capacity for our clown car of Wands of Swiftness. Maybe that's not the best way to play it, it's just to use Wand of Swiftness, but it seems fine to me. And it's fast, and it works, it's got good recharge, it's got slots. Oof. So we'll just have to see whether adding lifetime to this shotgun is helping. It almost feels like it's making it a little bit slower, in fact. But if I put this on here... Oh, it runs out of mana right away when I put that on there. Okay. Hard to tell. It feels nearly frame perfect, but I'm hearing like a little bit of extra delay with it. So let's see what happens if we take this off. Ooh, it's running out of mana when I do that. Because if something is like frame perfect with it. So what happens if we put this on instead? Alright, let's just go with this, because this is casting faster, and I think that that's going to be more DPS than making the thing last longer. But we could certainly play around with this. There's probably some stuff on here that doesn't need to be. There might not need to be quite as many crits. We might already have enough crit. But I really want it to crit. Like, it's gonna crit. Like, I want to push that crit level as high as I can. But I feel like this is better than just the lifetime on it. Now, we know for a fact that there's a holy mountain down here because we're looking at it right now, which means that there are more perks to be grabbed. A little health. Alright, this thing disappeared, so there's some worm action under here. And that's fine, because we can just slip right through. The worms helped us find the way. I like that. Linear arc. Okay, well, what about these? So, it's like, making electricity all the time around us is dumb. It, like, breaks potions. It's annoying. Floating corpses. I don't know that we need that. Revenge rats. Item radar. Item radar could be cool. But there's something different that I'm looking for, and I think I just want to drop the money on it now. Because none of these are it. Let's put the 800k on this. It's the electric immunity was something that we needed much more. Kills to mana. I'm going to go with electric immunity, so that we don't have to deal with any of that stunning. Projectile eater. Things that go behind us disappear. I don't know why we wouldn't want that. Additional bombs. What about that? What if we, like, put our octuple spells in this thing and try to do something a little bit different with that? What if there was, well, you know, there has to be only so much room for these things. We can't just, like, fill this thing with so many bombs that it doesn't make sense. Well, let's try putting the octuple spells in here. Where did I put it? Okay. Cast 8 spells. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this would be 8. 8 would be 4 spells, which would be these. So it's not enough. I require more explosives. Well, let's change this to a quadruple so it's not... Well, scattering is fine, actually. We don't care if it scatters. But it's almost like... Does that work? A major reload on this thing now. What is that? Crystal? I don't know. I think it's okay. I think that I think it's gonna be okay. What else can we put on here? Make this thing make more sense. All the extra reloads. Move things over painstakingly at this point. This wand is mostly just silly, but I like it. Shield. Reload. And reload. It doesn't run out of mana. And that extra reload is kind of cool. I'm like buried in rock from using this. So that was interesting. Stuff's still exploding, so it made a charred landscape here. Alright, PC base it is. This will help us get some more money for that next perk. Because we know we're not done in this parallel world. Even if we don't know where the other orbs are, we know that we can get at least one more Orb of Forbidden Knowledge by just grabbing it from the top of the pyramid, which I fully intend to do. We are kind of halfway going for a 33 orb victory. I mean, I'm not dead set on that right now. At some point we might be like, you know, I feel satisfied, and let's just go complete it and accept like a toxic victory or something of the sort. But it'd be really cool to get to 33. I just feel that it could get a little tedious, you know? It's gonna get a little ASMR in here of exploding things and what have you. But we have a quest, we have a mission. Like, if we find teleport and we find Flumaxium, we're going to be able to make our own little beacon that's going to track it all down. So while we're in these parallel worlds, really eyes sharp for potions. My concern is that based on the way that I'm playing with these kind of explosives that we're slinging around here at a very high level, we might run into issues where we don't get that liquid. Something holds us back from it at all times. Like, this is ambrosia. There's 2 things of ambrosia here right now. And I can't even, well, I can pick them up because this one's messed up. So I'm gonna grab this one. That's pure. Okay. Sorry, that exploded. That's not what we meant. We meant to set it down nice. Meh. But that's a perfect example. It's like we found one of the potions that we're gonna need. Well, we don't need ambrosia at this point, but there is lots of potions that drop in here, and that we would have needed it in another scenario. So it's really what I more meant to say. Large explosive box, I think, is another cause of trick blood money. So I am gonna go ahead, pick this up, take one of these bombs off of here, and put a large explosive box on. Remember, we have room now. All these things that are after the spell refresher, they're all for us. They're never going to be evaluated, as they say. Okay. This weird thing. We are immune to electric now, which was another really handy pickup we got. We've already explored this biome in the main world, because one thing of note, and this is something that you all want to take home if you don't already know this, the orbs of forbidden knowledge are going to be in the exact same places as the orbs of true knowledge in parallel worlds. So when we find them in the main world, we have to go, okay, Stens, you remember where that was? Go back there, go back to the parallel world version of that. Exactly that same spot. And then we'll find it and be one step closer to what we need. Now this is one of those goofy biomes where you can like go in here and heal. Yeah, this is a thing. I think I kicked this. I don't know what this does. This is like a house. It's on fire, but it was something that we could have used. I know that it means something. It's definitely a house. And, you know, speaking of boxes, look at all these boxes now. These are just regular explosive box. We want large explosive box. We are go big or go home with that wand. We do want a chainsaw at the end. That's really what's holding us back. And we're not getting it at this exact moment. One thing we are getting, though, is money. Hopefully access to some better potions. But let's not lose sight of what we're trying to do here. There are perks, and if we get, the sooner we pick up that extra greed, the sooner we are going to be sitting really pretty. Bomb, okay. Projectile area teleport, interesting. Add timer, also potentially interesting. I'll buy it because it's interesting. I'll buy this bomb because I can, and because who knows how many bombs we're going to end up using. What's 600 gold? Takes me 2 seconds to pick that up. Alright, heal that up. Grab this heart. 8,000 life. Looking really good. This has been a heck of a run, people. I mean, like, I am pretty happy with how it's turning out. Even if it's like certain spells are just being frustrating for us. Reduced lifetime? No existence? It's like, I'm starting to wonder, like, did they take reduced lifetime out of the game? Like, comment below if they did, because I cannot find it. And I am going mad. With the... It seems like it got bigger. That explosion seemed much larger. And was it doing what we needed? Did it give us enough trick blood money? I think it gave us plenty. We're at 1.6 mil. Berserker potion doesn't work for us anymore. You know, add damage could have been cool, but we're already doing pretty well in terms of add damage. Oh, acid. Let's not let that pour on us. Moving right along. I think we already looked at this wand. Nothing there. Nothing there. Ooh. Good thing we are immune to electric now, because that looks like polymorph. Yeah, so let's get away from that. Where there's a little bit, there's more. Plenty of water that we can work with later. We need a drink of concentrated mana. Let's see if we can create an even bigger pond. You know, just for future use, because we are going to be spending a lot of time just in the parallel worlds, one to the left, one to the right. We're never going to need to go much further for perk collecting. I mean, we could. I'm not exactly sure what perk we need to, like, chase down at this point. Where it's like, oh, my game is broken because I don't have that perk. I can't think of the big one that's missing. So, we didn't go right into the shop, so we're going to scoot around the jungle until we find what we're looking for. Boom, 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 boom. It's so gratuitous. What are you? Gunpowder. Wrong potion. Teleport or flummox? Well, both. We must have both. What is this one? Levitate. Wrong. I will drink it, though. Give me all this. Yeah, give me all that. Whatever, 60 seconds of flying around a little faster. I'll take it. Blow this up. Keep it moving. Grab those coins. Drill these dudes. You know, we were supposed to be scooting around the left and around the top, and we ended up just fighting. So, just goes to show you, it's very easy to get distracted in this game. Start seeing all that money drop. If you think about, oh, that's going to be another reload. That's going to be another Greek letter. Or, it's going to make me closer and closer to my goal of unlimited money. This is where I dug through, so this was definitely not the right spot. So the answer was further to the right. Oh, it was here. We just missed it. Beautiful. Heal. Extra health because we can. Okay. Okay. Nothing to write home about. More love. Plasma personal beam, not really my favorite. Lukey minion, I guess a pet is not so bad. Gas fire, or do we levitate faster? I don't know. None of these are really jumping out to me. Levitating faster is just going to make me fly around the map a little bit too crazy-like. So how about we spend 1.6 million on a reload, because we can afford it. We can afford it. And we are affording it. So there's a few things here. Worms run away. Mournful Spirit we looked at before. We didn't like it. Enemies can't knock me back. That seems like a really good perk for me to get right now. More crits or stronger hearts. I'm going to go with enemies cannot knock me back. Do we not have that? I don't think we have it. No more knockback. Done. Crit plus. How many crit pluses do we have? Not enough. Crit plus instead of hearts. Good. And, you know, in our final 10 minutes, we can kind of head down into the jungle, take a look around, pick up some more money since we spent everything. We're down to 69k. Ooh, that is a mage. Can you die? Thank you. Guarding some health-related stuff. Bomb this. That put us right there up to 100k. So we went from like 69k to 100k because we got in one big fight with a bunch of spiders. So that kind of is an indicator of what the level of greed that we have accomplished is doing for us financially. And we can, especially on when we go a little deeper, when we're like, okay, well, let's fight in the Temple Yard or something like that. Wow. We'll be looking at major payday. If you go to Hell, that's even going to be even more obscene. And we are going to need to go to Hell. Each one of these parallel worlds will have its own orb of forbidden knowledge underneath it, where we will get paid in orb to grab and picking up the money. A couple guys all centrally located right there, so I figured they could use a death to one of those so that I get all of the trick blood money up to 165k and counting. Remember, if we fight top down, we're less likely to have liquids just land on us because we made it boom. Now, granted, we don't just want to fall all willy-nilly, but we certainly, more bad things can spray on us for going up. More liquids that will kill us than if we go down and play careful like. Might have been the wrong time to detonate that, and that's okay. Oh my. It just creates such fireworks. I find it to be a comically oversized explosion wand. But what do you want? You know? We've talked about it. Why would you not want to have it go crazy? If your frame rate can handle it, you know, make it go boom. Alright, more max health. You know, and if we had gotten the extra hearts, that could have been a good perk to pick up too, but I just felt like no more knockback is going to make a bigger difference, because some stuff is still hitting us. And remember, when we were in that weird, like, meat biome, something just launched me across the map. So, oh, mages. 2 mages. Get rid of that. Come on. Okay, the drill is still acting very lethal to them. I think the extra crit on there is making a bit of a change. Almost up to 300 grand. Our next reload might be 3 million or something extreme. So we may not be able to just afford another reload right away. And if I recall correctly, based on the main world in our parallel world that we are exploring, the main thing next to our parallel world, I should say, the main world that you spawn in, there was no holy mountain between the jungle and the vault, which I'm assuming is going to continue into the parallels. So this is... we may not, like, wrap this episode up in a holy mountain. We might end up just sort of fighting, moving along, and picking up all these coins. And like I said, it's starting to get a bit of an ASMR quality, this content at this point. Because nothing can really hurt us. And we are just kind of doing the heavy lifting now, which is going through the tedious places of trying to find all 33 orbs. It's not going to be easy, but it is necessary for the peaceful ending, as they say. And, you know, I've already done it. I definitely did it. It took me forever. You know, I was pulling my hair out by the end, but I am more equipped to do it now, I think. Granted, like, we haven't had a lot of luck finding the other orbs, but I'm also so confident with it that I could also just say, hey, I already did it, and we'll just call it at that. Like, be like, I got it once before, I had some laughs, I ran around the vault, I made some pretty goofy wands. Not just the vault, but I just said that because I'm here. Feel wary? I don't know quite what that means, but I don't like it. Some sort of negative thing. But if we head down as down as down, as we always say in this house. Oh, it's so much. Then we should be able to get that last perk. That's all I'm saying. Up to 500,000. You know what I really could use is, like, attract the gold. Like, why don't we have attract gold? Like, whose idea was it to not give us that? Good thing we have one more perk on this side, and we have all the perks on the other side. Still nothing. Something is doing that thing. That's a lot of acid up there, so let's move away from this before that acid vat drops on our head. And you know, I'm not sure if having at 8,900 life how much the acid will do. It might be percentile based, so it doesn't matter exactly how much life you have, it just will kill you. But it could also be that it just has a finite amount of oh, that was a polymorph shot. That was a polymorph shot. He almost got us with that. Eyes peeled stens. Jeepers. I can just sense it. I see that purple ball coming my way, and I'm like, I just feel it in my bones. Boom. But we'll keep heading down, because I want that last perk. You know? How about attracting gold? How about immunity to toxic? How about some more wand slots? You know? How about some more life? Oh, kill that thing. That's another matter of polymorph. Don't know where his body went, but I think I just deleted it. Some guy shot me with a missile. To use the alternate pronunciation. Okay. Well, we are where we wanted to be to wrap this episode up, which was I said we wouldn't make it all the way, but I'm like, no, let's get down to the final holy mountain before we call this one. See what perks we get. See if there's anything exciting for us there. Because now we're there. We're where we need to be. Grab this cash, keep pushing that number up. I hope we find greed, personally. Alright, down we go. This thing is very Ambrosia-like. So I need to kill that before this mage hits me with a bunch of twitchy shots. Can you guys just get killed, please? Like, that wasn't so hard. Sometimes you run into some issues where it's like it's not ambrosia. He puts the ambrosia buff on things, but he makes invulnerable. And I feel like this is not the right way, or we would have seen it. So our episode will go a couple minutes over, because we're going to use this. We're going to skirt along the top, scoot our way. And this is where the real money appears to be, as we see. Look at the size of these coins. They're each 1,000. This is going to get a little cursey-like. That's okay. Not doing too much damage to us. What liquid is this? Levitate? Okay. Not scared of it. A little bit of health. A little health. I will take it. Are you a thing? Alright, he's dead. He was just sort of standing there and he didn't seem concerned with me, so, you know, take a second. Ask him if he's okay. Before we hit him with a luminous drill. Deleting coins, really nice. And we are at where we want to be to wrap this episode up. And it was a fun one, you know, we needed to go through all of this. We needed those extra perks. We're not going to just go half-heartedly through here. First of all, what's this? Flamuxium! Oh my goodness! Got it. Okay. Wow. Well, score and a half. We got one of the potions that we needed in order to begin to track down the orbs of true knowledge, and then subsequently the orbs of forbidden knowledge. We'll have to get rid of one of the ambrosia potions, whatever. Per increased lifetime, we only have the one. Another bomb cart, beautiful. And what do we have over here? Well, it's 3 million to reload this, so that's not happening. But we could exploding gold, interesting. Levitation trail we already have. Wand radar, the homunculus. How about a homunculus? It's good. A friend who helps us. Will increase lifetime. The bomb cart. Why do I like bomb cart? Because it can be bigger than the other thing. So I'm gonna put that in. Yeah, we had room for bomb cart. Now I destroyed the water that I was gonna need to drink, but I thought that another cart would be good. Yeah, it really blew up this place. Wow. Okay, well, we just wanted to test our exploding wand, and we've proven that it's cool. So yeah, that's our homunculus. He'll be helping. And I am super excited to have found one of the potions that we're going to need in order to track down those orbs. But other than that, yeah, we can tinker around in the Temple of the Art next episode, but we should probably pop in a portal and really start to just painstakingly strip the main world, looking for everywhere to go. You know, we can come back here later and get that temple orb whenever we want to. So I will say goodnight to you all. Thanks for staying for the last few minutes past our normal hour. And if you enjoyed this content, you can like, hit subscribe, do anything you want to help my channel grow a bit. And you'll also get informed when I keep uploading this stuff. And there will be other games in the future, but right now I'm way into this, and it seems like it's working out for everyone. So I will see you all in the next episode, and good night.